It seems like so many of us today are afraid to be single or simply just don't know how to be single. Society has done its number on us, having us think that we always have to be in a relationship, always have to be in search for the perfect person. And the reason I would say that so many people complain about the dating pool is because most of the people in the dating pool should not be in the pool at all, nowhere in the vicinity. Because if we're being honest, most of us are not currently built for a healthy, long-standing, loving relationship. You know how many of us look at the person we're dealing with and we see potential in them, but they're not there yet. So we get frustrated with who they are at this current time because we can see who we think they could be, who we would want them to be and stuff like that. Well, believe it or not, we do the same thing to ourselves. We literally do. When we think, and I really think it's our egotistical mind that has this faux confidence making us believe that we would be the perfect person for the right person. If only the other person were who they needed to be, then I would be a great partner for them. But unfortunately, that's not the reality. The reality is that many of us need to be single. And mentioning society again, bringing that back up, society has made us believe that we always have to be in some type of relationship. A lot of people are in the quote unquote talking stage, which is basically a low budget relationship. It's like, relationship on clearance. It's really hard to find any lick of peace in the talking stage, because it's like we're tethered to each other with a piece of floss. Anyway, being single is so amazing. When I talk about being single, I'm saying single. Like you're not talking to anyone, or I don't know. I don't want to put too many constraints on it because I know the real world. But you're not involved with anyone. No one's expecting a phone call from you and a text at this time and stuff like that. Also, when I talk about being single, I'm talking about not bitterly single. That's something that we have to watch out for, particularly with women. I don't know if men do this as much, but I'm pretty sure that many of them might. But I do know as a woman, we can be bitterly single. Very much, I don't need this. I'm better off this way. A lot of animosity behind the tone. And you might have that at first though, and that's okay. Just realize that when you have that type of energy, you're not getting to the root of your problems. You're still projecting, you're still focused on the other person, other people, and not you. But being single is so refreshing. It makes you see the world differently. You actually gain a lighter perspective on your counterparts. You start realizing that, first of all, the world is beautiful. There's so much beauty in the world. You can get out into nature. You can start doing things that you just personally enjoy when you have so much time to focus on yourself. And there's no one out there that's expecting something from you and going to be contacting you to get in the way of your energy. When you have that time, it's the most eye-opening thing in the world. Again, the important thing about being single is that you get to find the real you. We underestimate how much the people around us influence us. Now, I'm not going to say you shouldn't have that many friends or whatever. Everyone is so different. I'm personally someone I'm like a introvert, extrovert, and I really like my me time. I really like that more than anything. I don't have a circle of friends. I don't remember the last time I had a circle, quote unquote, of friends was about 15, 16 years ago. But I will say, even for the people who have a big group of friends, make sure you make time for yourself and that you're not always influenced by them. Because even though it's a friendship, the same or similar things apply with that as in a relationship. Constantly being under somebody, constantly basically kind of being codependent, seeking validation from the people close to you. It can have the same exact effect as a relationship. So this also applies for that. But this alone time can really put things into perspective. It can also allow you to think about your relationships, the patterns. If you're anywhere over 25 and you've been in, maybe 2+, 3+ relationships, a few talking stages, whatever, and you see that there's so many similarities in the partners or how you showed up to the relationship, this alone time will allow you the time to think about that. It'll allow you the time to also get over your anger or dislike for the other people. That's what this time grants you. Y'all, I have been single for the most part. I did have little instances of speaking to a guy here and there, but I've been single for, I think, going on 4 years now. And in that time period, I took time to understand myself more. I was someone who had a lot of difficulty in my life, so I had a lot of things to unpack. Well, it's now, like I said, almost 4 years. And to see the growth within myself is crazy. I can't even put it into perspective. I'm literally not who I used to be. That time period allotted that. If I wasn't able to spend time focusing on myself, I would not have changed. If I would have went from man to man, started talking to this guy and then stopped talking to him, was single for a month and a half, 2 months, hey, maybe 5 months, started talking to this guy, that's no time. I wouldn't have had time to heal. Healing is a process. I would say even for people who don't have a lot going on in their past, trauma, stuff like that, I still think that your healing should be no less than a year. Like, you should take a break from relationships. Spend time with yourself. You were brought on this world alone, unless you was a twin. And even then, your soul, okay, twins are a weird case, aren't they? But y'all, being single is so beautiful. And let me know if you want me to make a video saying like things you could do to be single or how to be single. Just let me know in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for joining me on In the Pursuit of Clarity. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.